Hey there, welcome to Time to Touch. And these are my two co-hosts and friends. This is Michael and Ryan. Yeah. Wow. And we love to play and we enjoy each other, not just when we're doing this, but, out there in life. And what we want to talk about today is the importance of communication after you have had a romantic or an intimate encounter, and that could be with your significant other, it could be with somebody that you've begun dating, it could be a one-night stand. So the importance of communication after the event. So we all have something to say about this.
Especially, I'm going to speak from just the single point of view, but when you share time with someone, I cannot say how great it is. And I have to how much I love this. It's something I need to start doing as well. Do not get me wrong. But a text afterwards that's just so great to see you, or so wonderful spending time with you, or just nice meeting you, whether it turns into something or not, whether it's that isn't the point. It was just sharing time with someone, whether it was a great time, mediocre time. When you hear someone that just says, thank you for your time, amazing. And I had a funny conversation with somebody last night about, this is a man's perspective of how much they get into their own heads and even having, and a performance thing. So even if it is just a hookup, to hear this from another side of thinking that they'll just assume if they hear nothing, it must have been because they were terrible in bed.
Not a good lover.
Yes, and I was like, wait, what?
Clearly I didn't rock her world.
Yeah, so they're waiting to hear back, and we're waiting to hear back, but nobody's saying anything. So taking the initiative to just say, hey, thank you for your time. That was a great night.
So important.
So important.
It is. So, male perspective here?
Well, geez, as a young male, I thought that piece was kind of unnecessary for me. I could just cut it off, but
hit it, quit it.
As I
time to stay
look back from this point, I can see how absolutely selfish that was. And what I really noticed, especially as time moved on from being younger, I noticed that, especially picking up energies of the people I was with, it's that's not very nice. And it's not even not very nice. There's something that got created, and it doesn't always, in fact, rarely gets completed right there. Right? So there's something to complete, and you could call it responsibility, you could call it whatever. And I thought I didn't need it, but turns out I did. You know what I mean? We say we don't need it, but there's something that needs to complete for us too. And something as simple, like you guys are saying, something as simple as I really enjoyed last night, or I really enjoyed meeting you, or I really enjoyed dancing with you all night, and
It's interesting that you're saying the completing part, whereas, as a woman, sometimes I might not say anything because, I don't want you to think, it's more than what it was, or that I liked you more than this, or, are you going to think, now I'm being clingy, or,
that's mental masturbation.
Oh, my gosh, yes. It's just so ridiculous, but it's just just say thanks.
Keep it simple.
Just keep it so simple. If you need to explain more or not, but I met you. I want to acknowledge that I met you, and I just want to and I just want to say thank you. And it does make a completion to move on, do this. Glad that person enjoyed my time. Awesome. Well, I can do this now. I can do that, and it didn't mean anything more. But I am finding as my older self that is something so huge.
So let's, if we take it out of and which you already started to take it out of a romantic kind of thing, and it's if I have a really enjoyable time with a friend, I will just pop her or him off and say, I really enjoyed the time we spent. I really enjoyed talking to you. Or, that was great, the girl talk. Yeah. So it's something that I don't do, but I know that many were trained young when that you get a gift like Christmas, present, a birthday present, to write a little card and say thank you to the person, like you received it. And my one of my grandsons, I'd sent a while back, the Christmas card out, and he sent a note to me saying, it was a text actually, which is fine. But he said, "Thank you, Grandma," and it was so sweet because he let me know he got it, and he thanked me. He said, "And I always like getting rounds from you." Yeah. So, but there's something here, especially if it's like you say, a hookup. The older generation will call it a one night stand. Two people are coming together, and I'm talking about, we're not dealing with alcohol and drugs here. We're not talking about an addictive personality. Two people have come together. They have a physical need. They have an intimacy need. For whatever it was, they made a nice connection. It could be at someone's house party. It could be at a pub. It could be someplace. And they decide to share their bodies with each other. They decide to actually, if you're going to be honest, you're sharing unconditional love for each other, and you're sharing your soul with each other. I mean, that's the depth of what's going on. So even if you were to say the next day in a text, or calling is always nice, of saying, "I know we're never going to see each other again because you live here and I was here for... and now I'm going home. But I just really wanted to thank you. You really made my time there so special." Something. You can always find something to thank that person, if nothing more than thank you for your time.
And it needs to be a neutral thing. Like, I caught myself, like when I heard this from another person, caught myself of where, oh my gosh, if I've ever left anyone thinking like I did not have fun, even if I didn't, that's not the point. But even as a woman, me needing to say thank you, like, is something moving forward I'm like always going to do.
It feels like part of the act itself.
It does.
It is.
It should be
the
included.
aftercare piece, right?
Yeah.
The self-care piece, where it's like, I think when you leave it out, even if you're the one not texting or calling or just saying something, you leave it out for them and you leave it out for yourself. I mean, that's kind of...
So bring it home. So we're married. We're living together. We've been together a long time. And we're making
Still
love
married,
in our routine.
in the marriage.
It really needs to be done.
Really, yes.
Inside, because kind of familiarity breeds contempt. It's like it becomes contaminated. And it becomes that we assume, rather than every time we engage of, "Sweetie, that was so nice. That felt so intimate. I so needed that." For us to, whatever we talk about out there general, twice as important to do it in a committed relationship.
I agree. I agree.
I still, I've been in my relationship for 13 years and married for 7, and I still, even after we make love the next morning, I'll just lean over and just say, "You were so yummy last night."
Good.
And we have this thing where we say, our little ones like to play too, so we're like, "I like you." Instead of "I love you," "I like you."
I like going off.
Actually, that's important, because sometimes we might love someone, but we don't like them. We don't like them. And because we're in an unhappy phase, that's when you're supposed to call me. I'm the counselor, right? I'll help. I've got, Yelp. People go on Yelp and they're finding me. They say, "Oh no, you've got 5 stars. We're good to go with you." And I, really, that's cool. So thank you. Communication, sharing our knowledge from our different perspectives in life, our different ages, our different relationships, what we've learned. And I'm hoping that as you find us and you listen to us, that you share it with your friends, because there's a tremendous amount of wisdom here. And from the one to the many, we can make our lives better. And March, there is a level 1 Quedoshka Spiritual Sexuality Workshop. I'm one of the facilitators. You can go to our website, quedoshka.org, shka.org, and there's a contact form there, or you've got my phone number, you have my email. Just contact me directly. Let me know you'd like some information, you'd like to see an online flyer. So have a great day. Thank you for watching this.
Thank you, guys.
And say thank you a lot.
Say thank you a lot.
Yeah.